chaîné turns. You either love them or you hate them. So no matter which camp you're in this video today, we're gonna talk about what makes them hard, how to make those corrections. I'm gonna share with you one random, really amazing tip that helps so many adult dancers start to get the rhythm of their chaîné. And then, of course, I'm gonna give you some exercises to help make those corrections so chaînés feel easier. Hey dancers, I'm Allie Christensen. I'm a dance movement specialist and I have danced and trained professionally. I'm now in the conditioning and cross training world for almost 15 years. And I love to help dancers figure out how to make a movement in dance class not only easier, healthier, but look better, like technically look better. So today, let's talk about the chaîné turn. Chaînés are something you kind of love or hate, and I know that dizzy is a big factor for adult dancers. We're not gonna talk about the dizzy factor in this video, so I'll acknowledge it. I know it's there, but we'll talk about that kind of stuff in other videos. Now, the chaîné turn is something that I think we teach in such a specific way as dance teachers, and I fell into the trap of teaching a chaîné the same way. I learned it, I taught lots of dance classes, and now as I was watching dancers come in and just not have the light bulb moments, and I'm watching them wondering, why is this not working? What is happening in their body that a chaîné turn is just not happening no matter how much they try or how much they want it? There's something off. Now, of course, there are strength movements, there are strength aspects in our body that we need to have to accomplish a chaîné turn well. And we will do those. And if you want to skip ahead, you absolutely can. I'll put that right here. But I recommend stay with me, listen to what I have to say about technique stuff, and then get into the exercises. So when we're looking at the strength aspects first, what I see from most dancers is that we start off well, and then we end up losing our core. So it starts off well, and then it starts to get something like this happening, where we're losing the side and we're dropping into the back. Of course we want straight knees. Of course we want to be up on our releve. Of course we want to feel this length. But why are we letting force win and pull us over? It's not because you want it to happen. It's because our anti-rotation muscles are not doing their job. Every time you rotate, there are muscles that need to anti-rotate, that kind of keep you stacked over your hip. And when we're rotating our whole body in space, these muscles are super fired up because although we are spinning in space, your body is not actually rotating barely at all, really that much. So these muscles, this ability to stay stacked, to have support through your deep core muscles is super important for a chaîné turn. And I will show you some of my favorite things to do with that. And last thing before we get into the exercises, I want to share with you an aha that I had teaching an adult dancer several years ago. So much of what I do, and I think the reason that dancers will gravitate towards me is that the cues I'm using come from basically trial and error. That's what they come from. They come from me teaching one-on-one adults like you and seeing that what I'm saying isn't clicking. And if it's not clicking, it's my fault. I gotta figure out how to better coach you so that we can make a step. And it doesn't mean that if it didn't click that A, you're bad at it, or B, that my cue wasn't good, it just wasn't working for you. So I've worked with thousands of dancers. That means I've had thousands and thousands and thousands of trial and error. And this chaîné tip was one of them. I had an adult dancer that was conditioning with me here in the studio, and she asked and said, I have this solo that I'm working on and chaînés are just so hard because you look and see what's happening. And we watched, and we realized the tip, the whatever, all that was happening. And that also just her rhythm was very off and not conducive to doing multiple chaînés in a row. So like all dance teachers, I was stepping in and going, okay, let's work on our half turn. Half turn, half turn, half turn, half turn. That is how most of you have been taught, myself included. Again, I taught dancers like that when I was younger. It wasn't working. It was so bad for her. My cue was terrible. So I was looking at what does her brain need to acknowledge about a chaîné turn to make this happen. And what it was is that most of the turn is on one foot. And you might be thinking, what? It's a chaîné turn, it's 2 feet. But watch this. When I do a chaîné turn, I do most of the turn on one foot. I'm gonna do that again. I do most of the turn, most of the turn, most of the turn. And I'm kind of exaggerating it, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this is a soutenu, and I know there are some purists out there that are gonna say that is not how you teach a chaîné turn. But you know what? For adult dancers or people who are not getting this half crap, it is. So we're gonna try this. I want you to step, and then as you step and flip, our body has to stay connected, but you're gonna do most of the turn on the following foot. So I'm gonna go step and then most of the turn, step, most of the turn, step, most of the turn. My arm points to where I wanna go, my foot points to where I wanna go, and the following foot with my body upright is what turns me around. So you tried this now maybe and you went, whoa, I don't know what. Do the exercises and then let's try this again and see how your body responds. So we're gonna grab a TheraBand and you're gonna grab a doorknob to do this exercise. Let's do it. So I have grabbed a TheraBand. You are going to attach it to the doorknob. That's probably the easiest spot for you in your house, but if you have a banister or a bar that's fixed to the wall, you can absolutely attach it to that, like I've used on my piece of equipment right here. But doorknob works great, so that's what you should use. Now with the TheraBand, I've attached it around the middle, and then I have the 2 sides coming out. You're going to grab onto the 2 sides with my hands and fists together like this. You're gonna step far enough away from the fixed point that when I push my arms out in front of me, the band wants to pull me this way. See how it's pulling me towards the door? But I can resist it. If you go too far away, you won't be able to pull the band into the middle. And if you're too close, you're gonna be like, this is an exercise? So we find that happy medium where it is challenging. I'm feeling my armpits dropping down. I feel some work in my sides, especially this inside side. And then my hips, my knees, and my toes are in parallel, shoulders distance apart, facing forward. I promise that when this is challenging enough, something like this with the hip will start to happen. So you're gonna ignore that. You're gonna fight it and try to stay in the center. Now, once you find this and you realize, there's the side, this is called a Pallof hold. But we're gonna make it a little more challenging because we have to hold this tension that you're feeling right now. These are the muscles that have to work while you rotate and chaîné. To make it a little harder, you're gonna make little circles with your fists, little tiny ones out in front of you. And if you didn't hold your side while you're doing this, you would start to get something like this. Not what we're doing. We're holding strong in the middle. You can reverse the circles and do them that way. So you've gotten a feeling of, oh, these are core muscles, not just core muscles, not just 6-pack crunchy muscles. These are deep stabilizing spine muscles that maybe or maybe not, we didn't know we were using. These muscles come on when you do your chaîné. So by doing this version, you're gonna help yourself activate. Then you're gonna do a chaîné and be like, oh, that was a little easier because now your body knows what to do. It's not just your brain going, come on body, work, work, work. Your brain and body have already connected and they already know what's happening. Now, if you want to go to the next level, same idea, but now I'm gonna take my outside hand, my feet in uneasy first to start because too much turnout and it's a lot to think about. I'm still pulling the band into the center, and for this one, I might need to take just a little step closer. I'm gonna keep the band in the middle with torso work, not with shoulder work. This happens for a lot of dancers. So drop your armpit, drop your shoulder, and stack yourself. This is just a little bit of resistance. So it's not really arm, it's core. Then when you have your core set, you feel just a little bit of work, but you know you're in a good spot. You're gonna push the ceiling away, push the floor away, and we're gonna go up, hold, and then slowly resist back down. And push up and hold, and slowly resist back down. So the resistance is keeping you from losing your side on either side as you go. Again, the chaîné twist that happens. And last exercise to try with this band, you're going to actually face away from it. The band is now kind of on the outside of me, but still close. I'm gonna take a split stance, so opposite arm and leg. So if I have the band on my left hand, my right foot is gonna be forward. I'm gonna take a wide stance like I'm on train tracks. So train tracks, not a tightrope, okay? Find your train tracks, and all your legs are gonna do is go down like you are taking a knee, and then push up to tall. Down like you take a knee, and push up to tall. Now this is a lot of work on the front leg, and if you'll notice, my back heel stays off of the floor because I'm staying in the middle or front. What I'm not doing, this makes a difference, is pushing back into my heel. So I stay up and forward. Now you have two choices. I don't know which one is harder. It totally depends on your body and where your strengths and weaknesses are. But your two choices, and maybe you do both, is to send your arm out as you go down and then slowly let it back in as you come up. Slowly down and then slowly come up and in. As I come up, the band wants to pull me back. So I am resisting that back fall that happens in your chaîné. Then you could reverse what we just did. So, balance. I can go down and then push to tall. And then down and push to tall. And again, this does work this as well. And I can feel that as I go up, it makes, I want to do this, but I have to resist it. So the band is giving you extra work here and here, here and here, and then you come back into that spot where we said, try that chaîné where you go step most of the turn, step most of the turn. So from there, now you have a body that is super connected. You have a torso that's doing its job. So try these exercises. If you know you're gonna do chaînés in class, which you probably will, take your band before, attach it to the doorknob at the studio or at your house, and try this. See how it goes. But consistency is what will make this happen for your body. Not doing it once and then going, well, my chaînés weren't better. Sometimes that works one time and you're like, wow, I saw a difference. But if you want it to change over time, it is consistency. How many times have you done a tendu, and will you continue to do a tendu to work on that tendu getting better? A lot. So if this was helpful, follow along. I'm releasing things all the time to help adult dancers just like you. If this was helpful, you're also gonna wanna jump into my free trial of my Dancer Strong programs, which is for adult dancers. It is hundreds of videos, stuff like this, full workouts, all designed to help you see change in the studio and in your body while being healthy, thriving adult dancers that do everything we want in life. So thank you for staying, for following along, and I'll see you in the next video.